In a U.S. congressional hearing, concerns were raised about Pakistan's February 8 general elections, with Assistant Secretary of State Donald Lu warning that failure to investigate irregularities could strain U.S.-Pakistan relations. Lu emphasized the importance of upholding democratic processes for a strong bilateral relationship. Meanwhile, the Foreign Office dismissed U.S. statements as reflecting a misunderstanding of Pakistan's situation and electoral laws. They expressed willingness to engage in meaningful discussions to rectify the perceived misunderstandings and emphasized the value of constructive engagement with the United States. Moving towards another development from Pakistan, Defense Minister 𝐃𝐽𝐬 Asif, in an interview with Voice of America, stressed Pakistan's reluctance for armed conflict with Afghanistan despite recent airstrikes targeting militant groups. Asif warned of potential trade corridor closure if Afghanistan fails to address anti-Pakistan terrorists and urged Kabul to rein in the Tehreek-i-Taliban Pakistan to prevent further escalation. The Foreign Office defended the strikes as targeting terrorist sanctuaries, not the Afghan government, and reiterated Pakistan's commitment to joint counter-terrorism efforts while lamenting Afghan support for the TTP. In a historic move, the United Kingdom and Australia solidified their defense ties with a new agreement in Canberra aimed at bolstering their nuclear-powered submarine program alongside the United States. While not a full mutual defense pact, the agreement establishes a legal framework for troop hosting and intelligence sharing, signaling a deepening of military cooperation. This pact, a key component of the AUKUS alliance, seeks to counter Chinese military expansion in the Asia-Pacific region. Amid concerns over the future of AUKUS, particularly if Donald Trump were to return to power, this agreement injects much-needed momentum into the initiative. It facilitates closer collaboration on undersea warfare, joint military exercises, and even joint efforts to supply drones for the Ukrainian war effort. With a commitment to consult on emerging threats, the UK and Australia are positioning themselves to navigate regional challenges effectively. As high-level talks continue, including discussions on Friday between UK Foreign Secretary David Cameron and Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong, this agreement underscores the growing strategic partnership between the two nations. More than a third of U.S. Senate Democrats have urged President Biden to take bold steps towards establishing a Palestinian state, marking a notable shift in U.S. policy towards Israel. Led by Senator Tom Carper, they emphasized the need for a public framework outlining the path to a Palestinian state covering both the West Bank and Gaza Strip. This call comes amidst growing criticism of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's handling of the Gaza conflict, even from traditionally supportive figures like Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. The senators advocate for a non-militarized Palestinian state that recognizes Israel and renounces Hamas. They also suggest a regional peace initiative that integrates Israel, hinting at potential normalization efforts with Saudi Arabia. Despite Biden and Secretary of State Antony Blinken expressing support for a two-state solution, Netanyahu's resistance and his close ties with the Republican Party pose challenges. Leo Varadkar, Ireland's Prime Minister and Fine Gael party leader, announced his resignation, citing personal and political reasons, triggering what pundits call a political earthquake just 10 weeks before European Parliament and local elections. Deputy Prime Minister Michael Martin expects the government to complete its term. Varadkar, Europe's one of the youngest leaders at 45, stated he no longer felt he was the best person to lead the country. Despite recent electoral setbacks, he believed the government could be re-elected but felt a new leader would be better positioned for renewal and policy implementation. Varadkar attributed his resignation to personal and political factors, including criticism for a recent referendum defeat. He announced a leadership contest within Fine Gael and would remain as Premier until a new leader is elected. Varadkar, who made history as Ireland's first openly gay Prime Minister, took charge of Ireland's response to COVID-19 and played a crucial role in Brexit negotiations.